Welcome back to Java Enjoy. I am your host, Carla Joy. Today, we are going to be talking about simple swaps for a healthier home. And this is a way to do this without spending a fortune. I think this is going to be a very enlightening episode. This is something that I have been taking a lot more seriously lately about really watching the chemicals and the things that I allow into my home, into everyday products, things that I never even realized I was allowing into my home that could be toxic. We are certainly, in my opinion, uneducated about these things. And we're going to educate a little today on this, but the important thing is I want to go over basically what I consider the top 10 things that I would swap in your home as a priority list. And these things do not need to all be done at once. This is not about perfection. This is about progress. But these are what I would consider and what research shows are the most important things to work on getting cleaner into your home and swapping some things out. So buckle up. This is a very, very important topic to me. It's something that has just really taken hold of me in this last year. And when I've wanted to really get control of my health, and find ways that I can control where I can. If you don't know me, you'll learn I'm a control freak anyways. And I want to be in charge of my health in every way that I possibly can. And a lot of it started with just, the foods that I was eating, which we will kind of, touch on that a little. But it goes so much deeper, just into the household products, things we're cooking with, things we're cleaning with, so on and so on. It kind of led me down a rabbit hole, so to speak. And I was able to finally narrow down what is considered the more important things, right? There's a million things that we can swap out, but the things that are going to make the biggest impact on your health overall long term. So that's what we're going to talk about. But as always, before we, go diving into the fun stuff, let's do a little warm up here. First of all, I want you to remember that this is your you time. So use it accordingly. Relax, let out some tension here. I'm sure you have a million things on your mind. I always do as well. But this is your time to set that aside, put a pin in it. It'll still be there later. But this is you time to just, work on something for you. Enjoy you. Free the mind, so to speak, and just relax. Bring the heart rate down. Take the deep breath. You deserve it. You need it. And you're worth it. So get yourself comfy. If you're driving, obviously, keep the eyes on the road, but get comfortable nonetheless. And let's talk about our joy moment of the week. So for me, one of my biggest joy moments was I made my own fresh pasta sauce for the first time in my entire life. And I don't know why I had this built into my head that this was going to be very, very extensive, time consuming, difficult. I don't know. It was none of those things. It was actually very simple. It was enjoyable. I actually had my husband join me. We made it together. We even turned on some Italiano music in the background, created a whole ambiance, poured a glass of wine, and then ended up making our whole pasta dinner with that fresh sauce. And man, was it so much fun. And it was so good. Better than anything jarred I've ever had. And it was my first go at it. And I'm not what I would consider a great cook. I'm mediocre. We'll call it that. But I was just impressed at how good it was. The hubby loved it. And it was just so much fun. And I'm just really loving exploring this new found version of me, being in my 40s. I've become such a little homemaker. I don't know. It's a whole nother phase and I'm embracing it though. I'm loving the journey. I don't know what it's going to bring next, but I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. And I'm finding that cooking, gardening, and things like that are becoming my favorite form of self-care. And I just want to go as far as I can with it. And it's like a whole new hobby and world. So I'm loving that. So that was an amazing joy moment for me. I love when you share your joy moments with me and with my community and with the audience. Please continue to do that. Post your joy moments on your social media pages and tag me at KARLAJOY Wellness. I love taking those posts and stories and sharing them into my stories with my groups and letting other people see you share your moments of joy, because it really does give people like more ideas on ways that they could incorporate joy into their life that maybe they didn't think of. And more importantly, it puts more positive things in the world. And we just need to flood our social media with everything positive we possibly can to help drown out all the other noise, all the other negative stuff, right? So that's my goal, is to just drown the internet and social media with joy. So keep sending me those. Tag me, tag me, tag me. You don't even have to have your face in these. You can literally just film whatever it is you're doing or eating or trying a new recipe, just, your hands cooking it or whatever it might be, you reading a book. And it can just be your hands in the book. It doesn't have to be your face. But it really does have an impact on people, seeing other people finding their joy. So continue to do that. Pay forward that joy. I love seeing it. And so does my community. So thank you for that. So, all right, are we ready to dive in? Are we ready? I'm going to get a sip of Java because we need to do that around here, right? Oh, it's good. I'm so drained from the heat. It's like 100 degrees here all week in Indiana. The humidity is, it's like a sauna when you walk outside. So I'm a little drained, but thank goodness for the caffeine. I'm super grateful for it. So, all right, let's talk 10 simple swaps for a healthier home without, this is the important part, without spending a fortune. And I want you to really, really hold on to the idea throughout this of we're not looking for perfection here. Okay. So then again, this is something I've been wanting to record for an episode for a while now, as I've been going further and further into this. But I wanted to make sure that I really covered what was the most important things. And I didn't want a healthier home to mean something overwhelming or expensive for my listeners. And I know that sometimes social media, it can make it seem like you have to throw everything you own away immediately overnight. And that's not true. That's not true. Small changes really do add up when it comes to these things. And I want to share the swaps that I think are the most worthwhile. And again, these are changes you can make over time as the current products that you're using wear out, or they need replaced, or it's, running out, whatever it might be. But just keep remembering that like progress beats perfection every single time. This does not need to be an overnight change. Very little things at a time. Remember that. Now, if you just, have the budget, great. If you don't feel overwhelmed, great. Good luck to you. I get very overwhelmed when I'm given a huge project. I like to, break things into bite-sized pieces. And that's what I always encourage my clients to do when I'm coaching them. I think that sometimes we try to take on the world and then we fail because it's too much, right? So again, I want you to take this as baby steps, but let's start with swap number 1. So I wanted to start with food because that's usually the most obvious. It's definitely what opened the door for me for this entire, change in life. I want you to think about buying organic with your food, but where it matters most is where you want to start. So instead of just trying to buy everything organic all at one time, just start prioritizing. And what you want to focus on, number 1 is produce. Produce, if you can focus on that, especially what's called the dirty dozen. You can Google that, you can look it up, but it's basically if you're going to switch any produce, if you can only do some, start with those 12. Okay. And again, a simple Google will give you that whole list. So I won't even sit and read that all to you. But eventually try to get to where all or most of your produce is organic to avoid all the herbicides, pesticides, all the stuff, right? And then there's meat. Meat is a good one to get yourself switched over to organic when you can. And I will tell you that with this and a couple of the next ones we're going to talk about, is focusing not just on organic, but on things that are grass-fed, pasture-raised. These are the things that are probably going to end up being more important than it just saying organic, FYI. And again, there's a ton of research on that as well. But it's just something to be aware of if you're going to switch to organic. Go ahead and look for that grass-fed, that pasture-raised. And this is going to go with your dairy and your eggs as well. So meat, dairy, eggs. Look for grass-fed products, pasture-raised products, plus that organic stamp on there. And again, if your budget allows, you can expand from there. That's great. But don't feel guilty because you're not buying everything from organic. These small upgrades can really make a big difference. And if you think about it, if you can get to the point where you're doing the produce, the meat, and the dairy, that's a big bulk of what goes into your system already. I would say followed by like your grains, right? So that might be the next thing that you put on your list. So think about the things you consume the most after you get through this list. And I say this list because these are the ones that have the most not good things going on in them. And swapping these first will have the biggest impact on your health. Okay. So again, start there and you can expand after that. So that's swap number one, is the buying the organic with your food. Okay. Number two kind of extends from the food department here. We're going to replace plastic food storage. And this means plastic containers, plastic baggies, plastic wraps. All these things have little like microplastics basically that can leach onto your food and then into your system. And again, I'm not going to get sciencey in this episode. Y'all know that's just not what I do here. I'm not going to flood you with that. You can go do your research on microplastics if you really want to go down a major rabbit hole. But just know, like, plastic's not good. Okay, plastic's not good, especially if your food is hot, like leftovers, things like that. Putting it into plastic, having those temperature changes can make those plastics leach easier, okay, or in more of an abundance. All right, so try to start moving away from that good old Tupperware and the baggies, and try to get into like glass storage containers, mason jars, or even like stainless steel lunch containers if you take your lunch as a travel thing, since glass isn't really feasible for travel unless you are just really, really safe. That's not me. I'm not careful enough for that stuff, but they do make stainless steel like lunch containers that you can transport your foods and things like that in. So getting away from those plastics and microwaving your things in plastic. Even if you're going to eat the freezer meal, let's say, take it out of the plastic container and the top part as well, the lining, whatever you want to call it. Put it on a glass dish and microwave it out of the thing. Now, I'm not saying that freezer meals are healthy or that they're your first choice of optimal nutrition, but I'm saying if you're going to eat them, at least take them out of the plastic before you microwave them. That's what I'm getting at on that. Or anything that you microwave, just keep the plastics out of there, okay? So plastic, replacing plastic food storage and cooking with plastic. That's your second swap. Hi friends, I had to pop in here real quick. You know how often I talk about the importance of sleep on this show. It truly is the foundation of living a healthy life. When we are well rested, we make better food decisions, we do better at our workouts, and we have less stress among so many other things. And I truly found out the importance of sleep when I turned 40 and started having night sweats and trouble falling asleep. And that is when I found Alice Functional Mushroom Chocolates, specifically the nightcaps. I started taking these, and these are delicious little chocolate square treats I get to take every single night that are all natural, by the way. And I started being able to actually fall asleep, stay asleep, and not wake up groggy. That is key right there. I love these. These have been such a game changer for my sleep routine. Highly recommend you checking them out. They also have other chocolates for whatever need you might have. Just grab my exclusive link in the description and go get the sleep and better health that you deserve. Swap number 3. So this is where we're going to talk about upgrading your cookware. And again, we are not going to go replace all of our pots and pans and everything we own in our kitchen right away. Obviously, that's expensive. But as we know, things need replaced over time. Like if you have nonstick pans that are scratched, those should be replaced, period. Even if you're going to keep going down the road of nonstick, which is what I'm going to tell you now not to do, is get away from the nonstick things. Either way, you should definitely be replacing them regardless of what you're replacing them with. If they are nicked, scratched, dented, if that nonstick coating has been damaged in any way, shape, or form, And that's just like standard. Okay. So if you have any of those, I would make that a priority for sure, replacing the things that need to be replaced. And since you're already replacing them, let's get away from the nonstick. And we want to stick with stainless steel, enameled cast iron, and cast iron. Those are the things that you want to be the majority of what you cook on or in your food to be made out of. That's what you want them to be manufactured with, is those things. Okay, so stainless steel, enameled cast iron, and regular cast iron. And again, we're not replacing everything at once. Replace it as needed, but do give your pots and pans a look, especially those non-sticks. Again, though, even if you have an enameled cast iron, if the enameling is starting to go away, I would still replace that as well. Okay, so upgrade your cookware. All right. And then that just leads right into swap 4, which is your kitchen utensils and cutting boards. Get away from all plastic stuff. You want to focus on wooden utensils, wooden cutting boards. Glass measuring cups is another one. Get away from those plastic measuring cups. You can even use stainless steel measuring cups. That's what I use for my dry ingredients. I have a glass measuring cup that I use for my liquid ingredients. I do have a wood cutting board, the wooden utensils. Sometimes they really do require a little maintenance, but we're talking you rub a little oil on them once a month, let them sit overnight, and that's it. And a jug of the oil is like $10 and lasts you, I don't know, a year or two. So it's not an expensive upkeep. It's just something that you might want to have to like take note of. Remember, like, if you have like a monthly list that you do, or, a deep cleaning you do once a month or something, just remember, it's time to oil my cutting boards or my utensils. So there is some upkeep with that. But totally worth it to get away from the plastics again, and those kitchen utensils, cutting boards, measuring devices. That's going to be a really good swap for you. Okay. Even your mixing bowls, things that you use regularly, try to make sure it's that stainless or glass, something in those versions. Okay. And I will say that the good thing about switching to these things too is they're going to last you way longer too, by the way. So all that plastic or, cheap utensils you're using, they get all chipped and nicked and they break down and they melt and deform and all kinds of stuff. These are going to last longer too. So the good thing is you might be investing a little more in them, but at least they're going to last longer, so you won't have to replace them as often. So there is an upside to the higher price tag on those items. Swap number 5, water bottles and drinkware. If you're drinking from something every day, whatever that is, whether you carry a water bottle around with you, you're drinking glasses of water, whatever, you want to be switching to things, again, stainless steel and glass. So that could be glass coffee mugs, stainless steel bottles, stainless steel travel mugs, glass water bottles, whatever you can do to get away from drinking bottled water out of those plastics, things like that. If you could, my suggestion is make sure you have some kind of filter in your home, whether that's a filter that you've attached to your sink or a filter that's built into your fridge, so that you can have the filtered water. You don't have to keep buying all the water, and you can put it into whatever container you want. I always carry around one of those big giant water jugs with me every day. I think it's like a 64-ounce jug or something. I'll have to look into that, but I fill it twice, and it's stainless steel on the inside. So keep that in mind. Like whatever you're really using a lot, my coffee mugs, they're all glass, right? Things like that you can switch out and stay away from the water. And again, this is one of those things where you're like, oh, I have to purchase a filter. But if you purchase the filter, you no longer have to buy bottled water every time you go to the store, or once a week or once a month if you're buying in bulk. So it will pay for itself over time in what you're spending on bottled water, right? So just something to really keep in mind, okay? Number 6, swapping your cleaning products. And I will just lay this in here right now. There's going to be some fun things coming from KARLAJOY Wellness that stemmed from a lot of this, honestly. But I've really, really gotten into cleaning products and making my own and doing things like that. And I found out quickly that a healthy home does not require 20 different cleaners, by the way. Simple ingredients actually work really, really well. And some of these examples of ingredients that you can buy to make your own stuff is like Castile soap, baking soda, washing soda, vinegar, hydrogen peroxide. These are things that are simple, they're affordable, and they are effective. And again, you can research all this kind of stuff. But even if you don't want to make your own cleaning products, okay, that's not for everybody. It's not realistic for everybody. It's not what everybody wants to do with their time. But still swap whatever current cleaning products you're using, whatever those brands are, with ones that are cleaner versions. And again, you can look that up on Chat GPTs or Googles or whatever you use. And figure out what those brands are. So I won't like name drop anything here specifically, but I would at least make that move over, right? If you're not going to make them, at least buy a cleaner version of those cleaning products. Okay. Swap number 7, reducing artificial fragrances. Can't talk today. Artificial fragrances. That's hard to say. Switch those in your home. And this is one of the biggest changes I think people will notice, especially if you have allergies, respiratory issues, asthma, anything along these lines. You're going to notice a difference by swapping these things out. And they do have a very big impact on your health. But things like plugins, get rid of those plugins in your house, using those spray air fresheners, scented candles. They make clean scented candles, yes, absolutely. But again, do your research on that and make sure you're using ones that are truly clean, not just the candle, but the wick too, by the way. What the wick is made out of matters, which I didn't know these things, right? It's just, we don't know what we don't know. Also like scent boosters, like if you're adding scent boosters to like your laundries, things like that, get them out of there, people. Get them out of there. If you want things to smell good, use organic essential oils, things like that. Get candles and things that are made safely and clean. And remember, like if your house is stinky, maybe just open the windows. And if you want that clean like smell, like I said, use a diffuser that has essential oils or something instead. Okay, very, very straightforward on that. You won't be breathing toxins, because that's like a direct to your system every single time those are burning or plugged into your house or emitting any of that fragrance. Okay, so get those artificial fragrances, I said it right that time, out of the house. Okay, even if you can't replace, like if you can't afford a diffuser right now, get the plugins out. Go get them out and throw them away, please. Please, please, please get them out. Okay, the candles that are not clean, get that stuff out of there. Even if you can't replace those right now, they aren't things that you need, right? So I would at least get rid of them so they're not doing any harm for your health. Okay, they're not necessarily something at the top of the list where you need to go buy immediately, but I would at least get them eliminated. Okay. Swap number 8, your bedding and towels. You spend hours in your bed. So those materials are against your skin for very long periods of time. So these are ones big to consider. So when it's time to replace your bedding, your towels, which you're going to do at some point anyway, right? Like I'm saying, you don't have to run out tomorrow and do this. But when it's time, this is when we want to look at the organic versions of of beddings and towels. So, and that includes your sheets, your pillowcases, bath towels, dish towels, produce towels, all the towels, all the beddings, all the linens of your home. You want to be getting organic cotton or actual linen, by the way. You can get like 100% linen, and that's clean as well. And again, you can do your research on that. Don't just assume, by the way, on any products, if it's on like Amazon or whatever, just because it says organic, doesn't always mean it's still great. They can actually claim organic and it not be any kind of certified. You want to look at things that are certified. It's called GOTS. I'm not even going to try to tell you what all that stands for, but there's a specific certification for clothing, bedding, towels, things like that. It's GOTS certified. That's like legit. It's kind of like if you look at food and they say it's organic, you need to be looking for that USDA certification. It's kind of like that same logic here. Just because it says organic doesn't mean it's full organic, unfortunately. And until our government makes things have stricter labeling, you only have to have like certain percentage of things to be called organic, and which is BS in my opinion, but it is what it is. And this is why we need to know what to look for. And that's what I'm telling you. If it's food, look for USDA certified. If it is linens and clothings and things like that, look for GOTS certified. Okay. And that's how you get that guarantee for you. All right. You can also look for European standards. If it's European standards certified on anything, that's your makeup, bath products, skin cares. That's European certification, which means it has a higher grade. You want to look for things that are third party tested. That's a big, big, big green flag for you on products. Okay. So just keep these things in mind, because I don't want you to think you're getting organic, but you're getting like 70% or whatever. Okay. And speaking of personal care products, that's our swap number 9. So your skin is your body's largest organ, and think of your products that you use in or on your body every single day, like toothpaste, deodorant, makeup, skincare, lotions, sunscreens. These are the kind of things that you want to start moving into using the organics. And again, you don't have to go throw away everything you have, but you're going to go through toothpaste, deodorant, lip balms. These things are going to need replaced sooner rather than later anyway. So when it's time, make the swaps. Okay, just make the swaps on those body products, so to speak. Okay, and again, you can just start with one at a time. And when the next toothpaste runs out, get the better toothpaste. When your deodorant runs out, get the better deodorant. Okay. Number 10, I don't know why I put this as number 10, but laundry products. It kind of goes with the cleaning products, by the way. But as far as laundry products, again, you can make your own, but that's not always normal or feasible. But because your clothes and fabrics and bedding and all that touches you every single day, you kind of want to make sure you're also washing it in something that's not toxic. It seems so straightforward when you say it, but if we don't think about it, like, oh, I bought the organic sheets, but I'm washing it in a toxic wash. So don't do that. I will say that when it's time to get rid of the sheets and the towels, get the laundry stuff switched with it, because we don't want to be washing the new clean things with unclean products. So again, this is where you want to look for, like, skip the boosting scented things in your laundry. You can use fragrance-free and naturally designed laundry products. You can use wool dryer balls, by the way, instead of dryer sheets. They're super cheap. You can get them on Amazon. Again, make sure they are organic, but you can just toss those right in the dryer with your clothes. Does the same thing as dryer sheets, and they can be used like 100 times. So you'll actually save money than buying dryer sheets. So that's a really good swap, in my opinion. And if you love scents, you can actually put some essential oils on those wool balls before you throw them in. And a little tiny thing of essential oil is like $10, and it's like 1,000 drops in that thing. So it's going to last so much longer, and it's not toxic. Okay. Again, organic essential oils, not just any essential oil. But laundry kind of falls in with the cleaning products, but I think that laundry can have a bigger impact because it is cleaning the things that are directly on our bodies all the time. Okay. So that's your final swap, the laundry products. So, first of all, let me say this. If today's episode feels like a lot, don't worry. You do not have to make these swaps today, okay? I want you to just choose one this month, or whatever the next thing is you run out of or needs replacing, do that. And just try to make it a goal of one thing a month, whatever that one thing ends up being, right? Make yourself a list. Every month, check one thing off, or 2 things, or 3 things, or whatever is needing to be replaced and that budget allows. And I think you'd be surprised in 1 year how much you've ended up swapping out. I think you will be shocked. And I think you will see noticeable difference in how you feel. And even if you don't see it now, you are setting yourself and your family, you're setting your health for all the people you love and yourself up for a much healthier future. And that's huge. That is so huge, right? So just remember that, like, healthier homes are built over time. It's not going to happen in one shopping trip. It's an intentional choice to take one step towards that healthier home at a time, and it will help you feel your best. Okay? So try not to be overwhelmed. Again, this is progress. It's not perfection. So So just make the changes when and where you can, and what best order is best for you and your family. Okay? All right. Let's take one last sip of Java. It can be a big sip if you need one, by the way. All right, let's shift our mindset back into our day here. Thanks as always for joining me. Another episode here of Java and Joy. I hope this conversation poured joy into your day. If it helps you, please, I would love it if you share this episode with a friend. I think this is super important information. So share this with as many people as you possibly can. Everything I named today, we all use. Okay, so start sharing, all right? And if you could leave me a review, it helps me out so much in ways I can't even explain or understand in my own ways. But just know that it helps me reach even more people, and it helps me to continue to bring this free content to you guys every single week. And it only takes you about 30 seconds. So you can do it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, anywhere you can leave me comments and reviews and sharing with a friend. It makes a world of difference, and it helps me find other women, helps me encourage them, helps me help them find their joy. And I really, really appreciate it when you guys support me in all the ways that you do. If you are looking for more support, deeper dives, remember KARLAJOYWellness.com has basically everything for you. You can come join the Joy Circle if you're not part of that member community. We actually have a new challenge starting next week. We do one every month. This is one of our summer challenges. We're going to be doing all things confidence building this month, which is exciting. So go check all the things out. I hope I will see you all there. If I don't see you there, come pop over to social media and play around there with me at KARLAJOY Wellness, Instagram. I'm also on TikTok and Facebook as well. Main social media though is Instagram. But yeah, I hope you guys also had a good 4th of July weekend. Summer is officially here, so enjoy it. Enjoy these longer days, the extra vitamin D, before it's all gone. Soak it up, right? But that is all I have today, you guys. So until next time, keep finding your joy one sip at a time.